Tupac Shakur's biological father. Was he a grieving dad or just an opportunist? By his own admission, he left out of Tupac's life at the age of 2, maybe 3. He's not sure. Maybe 2, maybe 3. He did not see Tupac again until a friend of his told him that Tupac Shakur was on a TV screen in the movie Juice. He claims that he was only out of Tupac's life about 13 years. Now that would have made Tupac about 15 according to his calculation. I don't think Tupac was 15 in any movie. But I digress. Let's continue. So when he saw his son on the TV screen, he found his son. He reached out and he found his son. He wanted to be in his son's life. In this interview, this man, and I will not say his name, I do not want him to get any more clout because it seems like he just wants attention. This man admits over and over and over and over that he doesn't have money. He doesn't have much money. Did he say he doesn't need money, but did he do things to put himself in a position to dry beg and get money? So he came into Tupac's life. He blamed Afena Shakur. He blamed Tupac's mom for him not being in Tupac's life. I mean, the whole interview was a mess. He held no accountability for not being in his son's life. For him to just pop up at the time where he saw that he had made something out of himself and he was on TV just seemed suspicious to me. So not only did he come into his life after he'd already made a name for himself, got a few pennies, did a little something, then he disappeared again. Okay, so Afena Shakur made the story up that Tupac's father was dead. Yes, she did tell Tupac his father was dead. Tupac's father never came around again till after he got shot the first time. So then he's back in his life, he pops back up. So now Tupac is confused because, okay, I thought my dad was dead, but now here he is on side of me at my hospital bed. Again, this man blamed who? Tupac's mother, of course. So if he came into his son's life after 13 years, he came into his son's life, why the disconnect again? What caused him to lose connection again? And why would you now still continue to hold the mother accountable? Tupac is an adult, you're an adult. According to your calculations, you was only out of his life 13 years. But you left him when he was 2 years old, or maybe 3 years old, you don't know. You remember taking him to school, but then further, you didn't take him to school. The interview was all over the place. He contradicted himself over and over and over. The interviewer asked him the same questions about 2 or 3 times between maybe an hour and a half, hour 45-minute time frame. And this man gave different answers every time. So after Tupac got shot, I don't hear any more stories. There's nothing else until Tupac got shot again. So why this man always pops up at the most convenient time? So I'm like, is he just coming to see if he can get anything, if this man is still alive, to see what he can collect? That's what my thought went to. But after Tupac's demise, I've come to the conclusion that yes, I think he was just coming around to see if Tupac was still alive, to see what he can get out of him. Throughout the interview, he claimed, I'm Tupac's dad. We're twins. We look just alike. Man, y'all can't see we look just alike? I don't see it. I see you have similar noses and you are good looking. But no, I don't see that twin thing that you see. And if you felt like your son was such your twin, why did you abandon him over and over and over again? Why every time you came with an agenda, you came with your hand out? You claim, no, I didn't need any money. I mean, I needed money, but I didn't ask for any money. But I was told that I was entitled to money. So since I was entitled to money, then, I asked for the money. But his mom, you know, she ain't right. She mad because I got another wife. You know, I decided not to be there with her, and I went and got a wife and made my family. So she's still holding on. So she got the money. But I just want to be listed as Tupac's dad. I just want the world to know that I'm alive. She said I was dead. I'm alive. I just want the world to know I'm alive. Why the hell are you worried about if the world know you're alive or not? Your son should have known you were alive. You should have been there in the present. Then he spoke about Tupac's mom giving him a radio, a cassette player, and taking the tape out. He's upset about that. That tape had some of Tupac's music. He say he's not upset. He don't need the music. He don't want to cash in on it. But that's all she's gonna do. Why are you concerned? Isn't she the one that raised them? Then he goes and he talks about, well, his mom put him out. She put him out when he went through something. Okay, at least she stayed with him and he lived with her, and she was there to wipe his tears, to clean his wounds, to take him to doctor's appointment, to feed him, to clothe him, to house him. At least she was there until he was old enough to become rebellious to where she had to kick him out. You was never there through those hard times, sir. So how are you going to judge that lady for kicking her rebellious son out by teaching him a lesson? He loves his mom. He always said he loves his mom. He respects his mom. Can you say the same about his dad? You are an opportunist, sir. You come across as arrogant, egotistical, a womanizer, and your britches are just too big for your broke ass. Stop being an opportunity. Okay, so yeah, you went as far as to have a DNA test to prove you were Tupac Shakur's father. Why? Why does it matter? Why does it matter in his death? You should have been doing all of that when he was alive, when he was young, when he was a kid, when he was out there running the street, when he was out there trying to survive, when he was struggling, when he was trying to eat. That's when you should have done a DNA test. That's when you should have been there to let the world know you was his father. Oh, but I guess it didn't matter then. You are such an asshole. You sat on that interview and you said Tupac married his wife just because he was lonely, just to have somebody to visit him in prison. Are you crazy? Why did you marry your wife, sir? Nobody would get married just to get out of a jail cell at 9 o'clock in the morning. He wanted to get out of his jail cell between 9 and 5, so he married that lady just so he can get out of his jail cell. Do you know how stupid and ignorant that sounds, sir? Tupac could have had anybody to come visit him. I'm sure women would have been lined up to come visit him. You, sir, are a butthole. You're a butthole. I've counted at least 12 times you said you and Tupac were twins. I've counted maybe 14, 15, 16 times you've said, I was broke, you know. I don't have much. I still don't have much, you know. I still need money, you know, but I'm not asking for nothing. Why do you keep bringing up money, sir? Why are you concerned about his mother getting the royalties and what his sister's doing and what his sister's getting? Why are you so concerned now, sir? Where were you, sir? Where? So you said you just want the world to know that Tupac's dad is alive. He is not dead. So the world knows it. The DNA test proved it. You're alive. You're still the same deadbeat. I bet you haven't even visited your son's grave. You opportunist. You clout chaser. I'm glad you lost the case and you didn't get anything. Or the few little pennies that you did get. You got a suit. Tupac's mom gave you a suit of his. And you out of your own mouth, say, what the hell am I gonna do with that? Do you know do you know how horrible you sound? You don't need that. You don't even need a picture of your son. You ungrateful, irresponsible man. All I got was a suit and the radio. Then later, I think you mentioned that she gave you, what, $20,000 or something? Whatever it is, it was nothing. It's nothing to you. It's chump change. You don't need it. But then 10 minutes later, you know, I needed it. Yeah, I need money. Yeah. I mean, I could use it, but I don't need it. You walking, talking, contradictory. You, sir. You, sir. Yes, you, sir. You would be known as Tupac's deadbeat dad. You should have just stayed dead. You should have stayed in the ground. I'd rather them to believe that I was dead than to know that I only came around when I was trying to get something. Sir, you are awful. Then you made a comment that nobody loved Tupac. But you say over and over how much you loved him. So you mean to tell me nobody in this world loves him but you, the person that abandoned him his entire life, the person that only came around when he needed something? You were upset because he were buying his friends and people around him and family members things. You was very upset. I still heard the anger in your voice about how much money he spent on others when you say you needed it. Just like he needed a father. Just like he needed shoes. Just like he needed clothes for school. Boy. Nobody loved him but you, huh? It hurts you to your heart, huh? That's your words. Your words. Every time you look up, every little thing hurts you to your heart. And nobody loved him. But you did. With your kind of love, sir, he didn't need it. So I hope you got the attention that you desired. I hope you got the clout you desired. I hope you got everything your little heart desired, sir. I hope you got it, because the world knows that you are Tupac's father now. So leave everybody else alone. Everybody that got money and royalties and whatever else he had or didn't have, whatever they got, leave them people alone and let them people live their lives just as they were when you were absent all of those years. Do better, sir. We know who you are. The deadbeat dad of Tupac Shakur.